This is take two of this video, so apologies if I'm less enthusiastic about it. Take one of this video descended into me complaining about my neighbour chainsawing outside the window at 9 o'clock in the morning, or before 9 o'clock in the morning, which, I mean, it distracted me, let's say, and so I wanted to just sort of redo this, but I thought of something in the meantime anyway that I've adjusted this. You didn't see this first version, so that doesn't matter. It's irrelevant to you. So let me explain what's going on in this patch. So I've talked about being able to control the number of steps on the facehugger using the steps knob, but one thing that you can't do with this knob is voltage control it. You can do that by sort of adjusting the level of the incoming signal, though, the incoming ramp signal. And I had the idea that you could take the external out, the ramp out from the aux, and run that through a VCA and send that back in. So that would not use the clock sync module or require the clock sync module, and I didn't think of that until after I'd patched this. So we'll do this version first, and then we'll do that at some point. But the advantage of using the clock sync to do this is that I've also got a trigger out from the clock sync that stays in time with the actual pulses or steps of the facehugger, which I wouldn't do if I was doing it the way I've just thought of. So let's just listen to the facehugger, the one that's controlling the sequence. And this is Infernal Noise Machine with a bit of noise up and the filter going and stuff. So it's a fairly robust sound. I can, anyway. Hopefully you enjoy that. So that's just the plain sequence, and I can adjust the step length of that. But again, adjusting the step length doesn't change the time that it's taking to traverse that number of steps. So with the clock sync and the trigger out, what you'll hear when I change the number of steps is that it doesn't change the number of triggers that are occurring. So this second facehugger here is an envelope, so that's being triggered on each clock pulse. Sorry, I forgot I hadn't explained the patch properly. I've got the expander, so this is just a square wave LFO. Any square wave LFO will do. Going to clock the clock sync. The trigger out from the clock sync is going to trigger this facehugger, which is acting as an envelope, so I've got it in trigger mode. This chainsawing again, oh no! And then I've got the ramp out from the clock sync module going into the VCA on the Infernal Noise Machine, VCA 1. Any VCA will do, though, and that's then coming out to the facehugger. So by controlling the level of that, I can control the number of steps. So I'll just turn that back up. And then if I turn the envelope up, so the CV on this second VCA here, you can hear that the number of steps doesn't change, but the number of trigger pulses on each step as I control the number of steps with the VCA does. And I can also change the clock sync to change the number of steps that appear here as well. And changing that whilst changing the VCA level is going to change how far they're spread. So let's just do that as well. And so the beauty of using VCA to do this rather than using the switch is that I can obviously control the number of steps with a voltage. I was using in the first time I tried this using, say, the joystick from here, so I can control it with the joystick, or an LFO to go into there. But what I've got going on now is a sample and hold. So this is coming from a sample and hold that is off screen, and that sample and hold is being clocked by the trigger out from the clock sync module. So every time we take a step, we are going to sample a new value. And what that means is that every time we take a new step, we are going to arbitrarily change the number of steps that we traverse in total. So I'll just turn it up and you can sort of see what that looks like, or hear what that looks like. And so we're able to change the number of steps as well. So it's just another interesting way to control the way that we're stepping through the sort of sequence on a sequenced facehugger. I'm going to sort of up the speed of this, and yeah, just play around with it at, like, near audio rate again.